All right, let's get this thing over with. Roll the intro. Hey guys, Tim here. Welcome back to another video of mine. And in this video, we are going to talk about the Extreme Bowl Commander TT Pro Plus. My God, that's an awful name. So first off, I would like to apologize. I've been taking my sweet time with this video. And this is actually my sixth retake of this video. It's been, retaking and deleting because I just want to make sure that all the points I want to talk about are completely covered. Before we get into further detail, I just want to point out two things. Number one is that this is my own wheel that I pay out of pocket for. This video is not, sponsored by anybody. So everything that I say in this video is my personal opinions. You guys can rely on it. You guys can trust it. No sugarcoating. And the second thing I want to talk about is that the LED lights here, the stock bumpers, the seat, the pads, these are my own aftermarket stuff that I make myself. If you are interested in getting, a similar set of power pads or, like a similar seat that works with the trolley handle, please check out my website at taprise.com. I am selling these products. I don't really make any money working on these content, so I would appreciate it if you guys can support my channel by getting yourself a good set of pads or maybe a seat for your wheels. First off, let's go over the spec. The GT Pro Plus have 168 volt 4400 watt hour battery. It have the same C36 tile motor as the Begold ET Max does. It also uses the same controller, and this wheel comes stock with a 100/90 14 street tire, which I think is one of the biggest tire ever supported by an EUC. The Pro Plus also come with the same displays at the Begold ET Max. It have the same front light as the Commander Mini, and it have the same tail light as the Commander Pro. Suspension wise, this wheel have a fork hydraulic suspension system that have a 90mm travel distance. This wheel also have two Bluetooth speakers that is positioned inside the wheel and pointed inside the wheel well itself. The Pro Plus sports CNC handles on the front and back, and also the same CNC trolley handle that is used on the Commander Pro 50S. So yeah, this wheel is a hodgepodge of different parts of different wheel combined together. But before I get into all like the good stuff, let's talk about what I don't like about this wheel first. Number one is that this wheel is ugly as hell. Honestly, like, look at the photo. It looked like a fridge. There's no sugarcoating this. It's just a box that they put some CNC handles on the front and the back to just make it look less, boxy. Things I don't like. Number two is that the amenities of this wheel is honestly really poor. These LED lights are my own mods. They don't come with the wheel in the first place. What you get amenities wise is you get a same front light as the Commander Mini, which is pretty bright and have pretty good range. The problem is that the spread of this light is very limited, and also when you accelerate, the wheel dip forward and the headlight will point straight to the ground, rendering it completely useless. This wheel does have two Bluetooth speakers, just like other Extreme Bull wheels, but the speaker is positioned slightly on the back end and it points straight into the wheel well. So what that means is that when you are riding, you would be leaning forward. You won't be able to really hear much of your music or whatever you're playing on speakers because all the sound travel to the back. The third thing is that these trolley handles here, they look nice and they feel expensive. They're very big, but they are not ergonomic. They don't offer like a really good grip for you to lift the wheel up when necessary. The point of attachments on these handles are so very poor. There's basically only 4 bolts on both sides, like attached to the battery boxes. And if you wiggle the handle up and down over maybe 1 or 2 weeks, this handle will start getting loose. Just really poor designs. Just these little things that kind of infuriates me when it comes to dealing with the wheel. The other thing I don't like about this wheel is that honestly this wheel have very little quality control. What I mean by that, well, you can check out my tire change / quality check videos up there. So when you buy this wheel, just expect to either pay someone to do the quality checks or take the bolts apart and do the checks yourself. The last but not least thing, Extreme Bull kind of done some false advertising about this wheel, honestly. So when the GT Pro Plus was announced, Extreme Bull claimed that the Pro Plus should be able to support 20 amp fast charging out of the box, which to me is a big feature. However, as it turns out, these GT Pro Plus come with the same charge board as the GT Pro, and those charge boards only support up to 10 amp of charging, which is half of whatever they advertise. I was told by my dealer, Edit Rides, that I will be receiving an upgraded charge board about a month and a half after I purchased the wheel. And about 2 weeks ago, I checked in with them and they said that Extreme Bull hasn't even shipped out the upgraded charge board yet. For those who don't know, shipping from China to the US takes about 45 weeks. I really don't have any hope of receiving the upgraded charge board before Thanksgiving. Super disappointing. The second thing that they kind of false advertise on is the fact that when the pictures of the GT Pro Plus was circulated, there were LED lights, on the front and the back of the wheel, where I have these green lights in right now. I think most people, if not everybody, thought that, these LED lights will come with the wheel. When I bought my wheel and I unboxed it, there was nothing. There's no LEDs included. And as it turns out, Extreme Bull said that these LED kits are not included with the GT Pro Plus, and that you will have to pay extra to have them installed, from factory. If it's accessory, then why the hell are you advertising it along with the wheel? It's just, and now they want extra money to have these LED kits. However, that to me is not the infuriating part. In order to use these official LED kits from Extreme Bull, they require you to disconnect the USB ports on the back end of this wheel in order to power those LED lights. So you'll be basically paying extra for these lights and then also having to sacrifice your USB ports features for LED light. Like, what the f? I did all my lights myself. I wired it onto the auxiliary ports on the aux board, and I still have the USB ports powered. This mod cost me less than 20 bucks to make. I will be posting videos about it, but honestly, Extreme Bull, what the hell are you people thinking? Now, I think I've given this wheel enough crap, and I think most of you guys get my point about how just subpar this wheel is, amenity-wise and design-wise. The reason why I haven't thrown this wheel in the trash yet is because it does one thing, and one crucial thing, extremely well. Well, it rides freaking amazing. If there's one word I can use to describe how the GT Pro Plus rides, is that it is solid. The design heavily emphasizes stability with its low-hanging battery box, which helps with stability as well as responsiveness in braking and accelerating. The wheel is also very long in front to back distance, and what that means is that the weight is equally distributed in a wide distance, which help with stability in the turns. This wheel just feels so stable in every single situation. Because the tire on this wheel is so wide that you just always have contact with the ground no matter what you do. You can carve as hard as you want, you can turn as deep as you want, you can do what the hell you want. Everything just feels super planted, super stable. And I also want to point out that I changed out my stock tire to a Michelin Pilot Street 2. Thing is that the stock tire is not very nimble when transitioning between turning and going straight, which is why I switched for the Pilot 2, which give me better agility transitioning from turning to going straight and making these sharp maneuvers easier for me. But like I said, stable is the name of the game. This wheel just feel rock solid stable in every single situation. So I've never felt a moment of sketchiness when I ride this wheel, which is why I love it so much. In terms of power, the Pro Plus have the same motor as the Gold ET Max. The ET Max has already been proven to be capable of going faster than 65 miles per hour. So, because the Pro Plus have 50% more battery than the ET Max, it supposedly should be able to go even faster than that. So I would go out on the limb and say 70 miles per hour top speed. Speaking of top speed, I would like to point out that the GT Pro Plus report very close to actual GPS speed, which is one of the rare things that you see in EUC. For the people who are not aware, most EUCs out there in the market over-report their actual riding speeds. With the GT Pro Plus, if it tells me I'm going 50, I am going 50. So, if things feels faster when you ride the GT Pro Plus, that is because you are actually going faster than other wheels. My personal top speed record is 53 miles per hour, I think. I'm not interested in pushing harder. I will let other people find out the actual limit of this wheel. But what I can confidently tell you is that this wheel have an insane amount of power that most people will never be able to fully utilize, including myself. Speaking of power, the accelerations and the braking on the GT Pro Plus is very good, despite the fact that this wheel weighs 125 pounds, thanks to its 168-volt system. Personally, as someone who also owns Master Pros, the GT Pro Plus have much better braking and going ability than the Master Pro does. In terms of seated riding, the Pro Plus have a flat top, which means that you can sit directly on top of the wheel without a seat just fine. However, it is quite comfortable, and that's why I designed the seat right here. It have these cutout that slides directly onto the trolley handle and fits on the trolley handle, so you can just sit directly on here. And when you need to use the trolley, you can flip it open and you can trolley the wheel around just fine. Again, if you're interested in getting this seat, please check out my website. But yeah, seated riding on this wheel is honestly really, really fun. So you have so much butt contact that you feel like you're sitting on a stool. In terms of range, this is a rather complicated topic. I have done multiple range tests. My last 2 runs, I did, I think, 25 miles and 35 miles. And I ended with 55% battery and 45% battery. These runs are moderately fast. There were plenty of hill climb, plenty of twisty road. So, it burns the battery faster than just running on a paved flat terrain, But from my experience, I would say that the Pro Plus should be able to get you 65 to 70 miles in one charge, riding moderately fast. If you're just cruising, 25 and under, you should be able to get close to 100 miles with this wheel. It's definitely capable of doing so. In my experience, about 5 to 10% less range than the Master Pro, which is honestly not bad at all. But yeah, in conclusions, I think that the performance of this wheel really just outweighs, how subpar it is in the design and the amenities. Doing these mods to kind of make up for what it lacked is definitely not that hard. And also, Extreme Bull has already said that they will be sending an upgraded charge board, so I'm not too bummed out about that. I will be getting the board eventually, just maybe a longer than I expected. Now, who would I recommend this wheel to? I would say 2 group of people. The first one are the performance freak. Well, you guys know who you are. Performance freaks are people who, just want the wheel because of the performance. They don't really care about how the wheel looks. They don't really care about how shoddy it is built. As long as it rides well, it have a lot of range, and it goes fast. The second group I would recommend to are the people who are not afraid to put some grease in their elbow and, take the wheel apart and work on their own wheel. Honestly, this wheel is very easy to work on. You just gotta have the guts to get in there and actually do the work yourself. But yeah, out of the box, many of the bolts inside are not Loctite, so it is necessary that you have to take the wheel apart and do your own quality check. But yeah, like I said, the pros outweigh the cons for me on this wheel, because the most important thing that a wheel can offer you is that it rides well, and this wheel does that. It rides really, really well. The amenity is just not really great, but there's nothing that you cannot fix. Just a little bit of elbow grease and a little bit of DIY, you make this wheel just as great as, a more expensive wheel will be able to. And speaking of expensive, the GT Pro Plus is priced at $3,700 at Alien Ride, which I think is honestly a pretty dang good value. I think the Pro Plus is a better value for the people who want a really big high performance wheel. I certainly love this wheel. I will be keeping it. It's just a really special riding feeling that I haven't been able to shake. That being said, it should have been the 20 amp charge board out of the box, and there should have been LEDs on this wheel out of the box. Seriously, this mod took me $15. It's probably cost them less than that. They just don't want to do it. insane. But yeah, that's about it. I will be posting a separate video to show how to, run these LED lights. But I thank you guys for watching this video. There will be more content coming this week. And so please stay in touch. And I thank you guys again for watching. See you guys next time. Goodbye. Oh my God, I'm so tired.